Hello, everyone. I am Judah Bernard with The Rise, Creating Your Voice. I am the wisdom dialoguer and the motivational warrior of The Rise. I wanted to come on because this is the last day of May. And then the last day of May, I want us to check our mental health. One thing I want to talk about is checking your mental health. What does that mean? Let me be honest with you. If you're still mad, upset, angry at how people do things or how you are treated, you're not holding yourself accountable, you're still trying to hold other people accountable, but not holding yourself accountable, you're just upset for no reason. Check your mental health. I want people to understand what I'm saying. We do not have to be mad. You do not have to be upset every day. Check your inner peace. See what your inner peace is. Also, be able to live your life. One thing I try to tell people, let me be honest with you. Happiness is temporary. Okay? How you doing, Muhammad KJ? Happiness is temporary. Joy and peace is forever. And I want people to understand what I'm saying because it's a lot of people say they want to, and that permanency, you're going to be so permanent towards temporary situations. And that's the behavior in which you're going to be able to react to each and every day. So you need to start looking at permanent fixtures for yourself. That means joy. That means peace. And be able to define love, particularly for yourself. Understand what I said, particularly for yourself, meaning that you need to know how to love yourself. That's the first part of checking that mental health. The second part is, won't nobody be able to love you as much as you love yourself? How you doing, Noah Sir Jabber? Once you start realizing that number one thing is, it's going to be difficult for someone to love you if you don't love yourself. Check your mental health. Another check your mental health. If you see yourself digressing and always angry and just upset each and every day for no apparent reason, check your mental health. If you're crying, you're angry, if you know you haven't dealt with your traumas, if you know that things trigger you from traumas, check your mental health. What are some other things? It's so many things that we need to check our mental health with. If you're looking at other people's profiles because you want to be like them, check your mental health. You got to understand, people, we are all different people. We were born on this earth to be different. And sometimes you go into a obsessive compulsive disorder and you obsess over people. Yeah, I said it. How you doing, Delaria Polet? And we must understand, what does that mean? Always remember, check your mental health, check your mental health, check your thoughts, check your processes. Make sure you are focused on you. If you focus on you, you don't have time to be worried about many other things. But start assessing what those things that you're focusing on and move toward that goal and checking your mental health. I want to just come out here because basically it's a great day. And it's also a time to talk about mental health. Mental health alone succumbs into a lot of different things. And I'm going to call them out. Depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. Anything that's in the DSM-4, that's what's a mental health. So if you're having the symptoms, if you're having the signs, you need to check your mental health. People, you can Google DSM-4. DSM and the Roman numeral 4. And they have different ones. Start looking at some of those symptoms. You might have a mental health disorder. And sometimes you don't, some people don't have mental health disorders. They just, their thought process and things are just different. So start working and focusing on self. How you doing, Marcus? How are you doing? A lot of people want to be like other people. Start focusing on yourself. And if you're seeing yourself veering off toward trying to be like someone else, check your mental health. That means somewhere in you don't like yourself. How you doing, Bottoms WD? I came on here to definitely tell everybody before you leave today, before the end of the year, check your mental health. Make sure you're in good standing and mature in your mental state. Because basically, it's some things that's about to pop off that's going to get you a little bit more weirder. And I want people to understand that after that pops off, yeah, you're not going to understand yourself. I just want to be very candid with people, is check your mental health. A lot of people go and put this facade on when they talk to the therapist. Let me tell you one thing you're going to do. If you're going to check your mental health, make sure you tell your therapist, your psychologist, or your psychotherapist the whole story. Don't come and say how you feel right now. Tell them how you felt when you went through the trauma. Tell them what the trauma is, him or her. Tell them what that trauma is. Tell them what that mental health thing that you feel. Tell them symptoms. Tell them how much you cry. Tell them how much you get angry. Measure how much you angry. How many days you get angry. Tell them why you can't sleep. See, we forget all of that. Tell them that you're on psychotic medications if you're already on some. And people don't understand that they say that they understand that they may not have trauma, but people do live through trauma. And sometimes people don't address specifically what it is, and they go all the way around the merry-go-round with it, and they feel that they're going to continue to mask. The more you mask your mental health, I'm going to be honest with you, the more it comes on double, triple time, because guess what? You're lying to yourself. You're lying. I came on here. This is the last month of May because I wanted to give information and good information about mental health. Mental health, it's out here. You can go Google it. What's my mental health? Mental health. Anything, mental health. I have these symptoms. I cry every night. Why am I crying every night? Why do I not sleep well? Why I don't do this? You can Google the stuff and it will show you if you're symptomatic. But then again, like I tell people, go and see a licensed professional mental health therapist, a licensed psychologist, or like a licensed therapist, and go and watch my previous video where I talked about you need to ask those questions in which I talked about in my previous video so you can understand what you need to understand. See, most of us don't want to talk about it. But, hey, I'm here to talk about it as an ex-therapist. I'm here to give you all the good information. How you doing hypnotic skincare? But some things we don't want to talk about. I want us to understand, start talking about those things. Anything that had an effect on your life that was traumatic. I don't want to call them out because there will be triggers for everybody else, but you need to start assessing, and I'm talking about everybody in this whole wide world. From kings, queens on down to what they call whatever, the little small people. Everybody needs to check their mental health and make it sincere and sure that you get more mature and well in your mental health. I came on this live to talk about check your mental health. Check your mental health. I can't continue to say that. Check your mental health. If you need to call me, DM me or anything and say, well, Judah, I heard you talking about mental health. I want to learn more. DM me. Let's talk about it. I'm free. Set some time up on the clock. Set some time up on the schedule. We're going to talk about it because guess what? It's about saving people outside of everything. We need to save y'all. Some of y'all don't want to talk about it to a therapist. Come on, talk to me then. Talk to me so we can find out the symptoms and different things like that. Come talk to me so I can refer you to someone. See, how you doing, Sincere 86 baby? Can't stand haters. Yeah, I can't stand them either. But I want us to understand that, number one, if we never start the dialogue, the true dialogue, because I'm a realist, I will tell you the real effects, the real symptoms, and everything else. Then you'll figure out whether you want to refer yourself to someone, because basically it's still your plan. And you have to make sure yourself is accountable for you and you only. It's a lot of things going out here, and it's a lot of troubles that could be mitigated if people just address their mental health and their dissociative behaviors that they have. So just came out as a realist, and just tell people, check your mental health. Why y'all arguing all the time? Check your mental health. If somebody's not agreeing with something, why can't we talk as adults and just be mature about it? Have mature dialogue. That's maturity. But the thing is, when you're acting simplistic and like a child in adult conversations, check your mental health. It's amazing how people become the victim when they're in a conversation. And you made me feel a certain type of way. Can't nobody make you feel a certain type of way. You feel a certain type of way. Now, maybe their actions provoke that feeling, but then again, that feeling was proposed by you. One thing I talk about all the time is self-control. People need to have self-control. How you doing? It is Nishmael. Karam, how you doing? Kareem? Freemar, how you doing? I want to continue to have this dialogue about mental health because it is real. For those parents that don't understand your children's mental health, call me. DM me right here. It's a lot of adults out there that haven't attacked their mental health, in which they impose some things on their children because they don't understand them. But one thing that I tell people, if a mental health person is a mother, let's put it like this. If a mental health girl and a mental health boy become teenagers and adults, and then they decide to commingle and do their thing and have a child, guess what? Their mental health becomes a product. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have a lot of things because no one addressed that mental health. Now you have a child with a mental health probably diagnosis because now they're in that behavior and have associated themselves within that environment. Y'all, I'm getting deep here. The thing is, sometimes the environmental mental health is bad. I'm going too far. I'm going to leave it right there. Sometimes we are taught how to have mental health inside an environment. Because no one has addressed or actually did a self-assessment of themselves, and now they're trying to figure out how to raise these kids. If you do a self-assessment way before that, trust me, it'll be so much better. Because most of the time, those kids are just a compound product of yourself and whoever you had that baby with. Your friends. Some that, do a lot of other things and all the recreational activities and things like that. Check your mental health. Check your mental health, because sometimes you may be, I'm going to use the proper word. Using those recreational activities to address your mental health, but it's really not addressing it. So I just want to say that. And I'm going to leave that right there. Stay tuned for later activities. None other than that, I just want everybody to definitely enjoy the last day of May. Go into June with the blast, but also check your mental health. How you doing, Enrique Cordove? Check your mental health. If I cannot continue to tell someone this, I'm going to stop right now and say, you right here, yeah, I'm talking to you. Go and check your mental health. Go and check your mental health. How do you check your mental health? Well, first of all, if you are angry, if you are doing a lot of things that you are not familiar with, you're doing a lot of angry, I don't want to say depressed, arguing all the time, you gotta, we gotta learn how to emote better and have better dialogue and conversations with adults. When you're mimicking and acting like a child, crying, hollering, screaming, slamming doors, check your mental health. Check your mental health. And let me be honest, teenagers, I'm not discounting you out, but anybody that's 12 and below, they don't have an understanding of their mental health. But anybody 12 and above, you pretty much know about your mental health and what's going on, or something's going on wrong, and that's when you start acting out and things like that. So I'm leaving it at that. I hope everybody have a blessed day. I'm hoping everybody actually take heed to what I'm saying with checking your mental health. Parents, please check your mental health. Parents of children, please check your mental health. Stop. Your child ain't nothing but a product of you. I said it. Your child is nothing but a product of you. Check your mental health. Check your mental health. And maybe you can help them out on the back end. But if you already had the baby, I don't know. It's just going to be that. Are there any questions? Does anybody want to come up and talk about mental health with me? I love to talk about mental health because basically it was near and dear to my heart. That was something that I studied. And I think what we still really have to realize is the calmness of addressing and actually managing your mental health and actually becoming a better person. It's a process. It's a process because we have learned in our environment to behaviorally act out and do different things because it's a behavior within that environment or in a social setting. So we must understand that we must practice to become better in managing our mental health and also being able to better calm ourselves and become mature adults. So I think that was a great way to put it. But other than that, if you're still arguing and fussing and fighting and stuff and, people want their way, you got a lot of narcissistic people out there too as well. So that's another mental health. Check your mental health. If you're manipulative, control freak, you got to have control over everything, check your mental health. There's so many things that people need to check their mental health on because guess what? The only thing is you have control over is you. And most of the time, people don't have control or want control over other people because they don't have control of other places. They don't have control over themselves. Yeah. So to be able to mitigate some of the issues and problems in this world, let's start checking our mental health. All right? If nobody else told you, we love you. God bless you. And may God keep you in perfect peace and in harmony and love and joy. And just be okay. It's a beautiful day here in D.C. And I want everybody just to know is you are loved, especially by the Rise Create Your Voice and also by Judah Bernard. As I leave today, I want to say, just check your mental health. You go check your mental health. Let me say that again. If you're listening to this and you've reached this point, go and check your mental health. If you don't know how to check it or you have questions, please DM me and we will get to the bottom of it, okay? Have a good one and have a great day. Bye.